Good evening, I'd like to call the Personnel Committee meeting of July 31st, 6 p.m. to order. And I have guests. Hackett? Yes. Alex? Present. Ethier?
Here.
Fine. Ray Joyce? Kuhn is excused. Simpson? Drake?
Here.
And Grimm?
Here.
You have a quorum. Thank you very much. So our first article of business is to approve the previous meeting.
Motion.
Motion from Mr. Ethier, second from Mr. Drake. All in favor? Aye. Passes unanimously. Thank you very much. Number two, amending various resolutions for the purpose of revising the composition of certain boards is tabled at the request of sponsor. Hi, Sam. Thanks for coming. Number three is confirming the appointment of the director of the Albany County Real Property Tax Service Agency, and we have Mike McGuire with us this evening. And this I take.
Hello. So this is just an authorization to reappoint Mike McGuire as the Director of Real Property Tax Service Agency to a 6-year term starting October 1st of 2025 and ending September 30th of 2031. Mr. McGuire's current term expires September 30th of 2025, and he's expressed interest in being reappointed as soon as that term ends.
You want to add anything?
I mean, I'll stay if you'll keep me. That's.
That's pretty much it, round it out.
I would very much like to remain as the Director of Real Property. It's been a few years. I've enjoyed my time here with Albany County. I'd like to continue serving the people of Albany County and helping our organization grow and flourish. And I would hope that might support that effort as well. So, thank you.
I make a motion, we accept.
All right. First, anybody have any questions?
Yeah, I have a question. It's a 6-year term. Most agency heads are served at the pleasure of the county executive.
Correct.
Yours is a 6-year term.
Yes,
Is that
sir.
because of the county law?
It's actually state law.
State law?
Real property tax law, assessors and county directors are appointed to a 6-year term. That was done in the 1970s, and I think the idea behind it was to try to insulate those positions from the influence, right? And to make sure that they would span additional
Politics.
administrations and things. Yes, sir.
But you still serve at the pleasure of the county executive, even though it's a 6-year term or no?
My understanding is that the county executive office makes a recommendation that's approved by the legislature, and I don't know if it's ever been tested how that would pan out if the county executive would withdraw support for the director of real property. But
Yeah, I know the region is protected against undue influence on assessments, which are really, I've been in a place where
Yes.
assessments are political football. But I wondered, okay, I think I have my answer.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're
And good luck.
thank you.
Anybody else have any questions? All right, we have a motion from Mr. Ethier. Second. Second from Ms. Alex. All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Next, we have authorizing an agreement with Health Insurance Solutions Incorporated regarding employee benefits advisory service. We have Commissioner T and the Deputy Commissioner.
Kofel?
Okay. Well,
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. So today, we are here to authorize a contract with Health Insurance Solutions Incorporated as the Albany County Employee Benefits Advisor, electing HISI as a third-party entity designated to assist with employee benefits advisory services, helps the county in multiple ways. First and foremost, cost savings. And I'll put this out there, reiterate, they do not get paid unless they find savings for us. So there's no additional charges. You know, they're paid on a % of savings that they provide to us. It improves employee satisfaction. I know I just sat through the last meeting and we talk about retention and staffing. The county has, you know, the best benefits, but it's also the biggest kept secret. So, you know, we want to retain employees, and they look at all the counties all the benefits that the county has to offer, and ensures that, you know, they're good for the employees, but also good for the county as it relates to cost and savings. They're all encompassing, so they're going to be able, with this contract, they'll be able to look at all aspects of benefits, retirees, current health insurance, prescription, dental, vision, everything as a larger scale picture versus we have to go to this person to do an analysis for dental. We have to go to this to do an analysis for this. It's really an all-encompassing big picture deal. So this service helps the county navigate the complexities of the employee benefits, ensuring that they are cost efficient, and provides support for, again, both of the employees and the county. I have to say, I can attest to the support. I know we said this last time we elected Hissy, but they are impeccable as it relates to if an employee has an issue, no matter what time of day it is, weekends, there's no days off. There's somebody on the phone, let's talk, let's get through this, let's get the employee situated and assist the county with this process. And again, the compensation is based, again, off a percentage of savings. So they are projected to provide a $14.5 million savings for the county in year one. With that being said, with their 35% performance fee and compensation, that'd be about $5 million for them, with a net savings to the county of about $9 million. So I just want to reiterate, they don't get paid unless they find us savings, so no additional charges.
And if I could just piggyback on what Shannon is sharing, obviously, when it comes to the benefits that we offer, obviously, when we came before you before, Hissy was managing probably more the pharmaceutical side, the Express Scripts. Now we're looking from a personnel perspective to help our employees understand how to navigate through not just kind of pigeonhole picking what benefits, but benefits at a glance. We have great benefits, we know we do, but putting them in kind of an umbrella of where you can see what you're getting, and then they're very well-versed in partnering with us when it comes to open enrollment and educating our employees on the benefits at hand, as well as making sure that our employees are informed so that they can make the appropriate decisions for themselves as well as their family. So they don't just provide the cost savings, but they also provide the educational aspect for employees. And from a personal perspective, that's awesome. What questions do you have?
And of course, there's some questions.
Well, thank you, Madam
Wait a
Chair.
minute, Mr. Drake had.
I've had eyebrows
Todd?
on.
Had an eyebrow.
I was making eye contact with you as I was speaking.
Well, you know, I mean, it sounds great. And I do recall your previous pitch. So how did they perform in that last contract? You said it was mostly Express Scripts, right? So tell me, how did they do on a savings perspective when it came to that contract?
Okay, I don't have that detail, do you?
As it, I can defer to Dave Riley because his numbers are probably a little more accurate than mine.
So it's two separate contracts. This is not superseding that. It would be in addition to. Off the top of my head, I believe it was about a little over $4 million last year, cash back to us.
Less their fee?
No, that was,
That-
they're done separately. So that one is done where they work the rebates with the pharmaceutical companies, things like that. They aggregate the money, they take their fee off, and then cash straight to us. I get a quarterly check.
Okay. So that's substantial. What was that, would you say, by percentage of what we were spending? I mean, roughly, I don't want, you know.
5%.
Okay.
A
So,
little more.
under these auspices, so the one-year savings is estimated at 14 million net to the county, around 9. And that's based on 2025 numbers, essentially, in terms of our costs?
I think it was based on 24?
24.
Yeah, 24 numbers, full year numbers.
Okay, so any savings we've already brought forth is already there, and then they might benefit from that, but the point is, it's gonna be based on 2024. So, let's say they can shave 14 million off, this is where I'm going with this. Let's say in 2026, they renew, and they do it again. Do you see that there's meat on the bone for this sort of thing? I guess this is more a general question as to how far we can go with our savings and that kind of thing. Or, you know, they go and they bring it in and they knock it out of the park. You know, when we hire them back, is this sort of an expected thing where it just keeps marching down? Is that?
Yeah, there's consistent review and ability to offer enhancements and kind of look at where we're performing. There's consistent opportunities for savings year after year.
A lot of fluff, basically, out there.
I wouldn't say it's fluff, but it's, some of these things are so complex that, you know, when it's us going against a pharmaceutical company,
We're never
we
gonna
need
win.
an industry
Right.
expert to be able to get in there and negotiate things for us, you know.
Right. Because that's something,
They have that
we're not gonna
expertise,
retain
yeah.
that kind of person on staff, because it's a
We wouldn't be
special.
able to afford that.
Right.
And they have a team, I'm sure you guys saw the paperwork that I had sent in. They have a specialized team, you know, an individual dealing with strictly pharmaceuticals, an individual.
Which is the other contract, right?
Right,
This
right,
is the
but there's
separate one,
more
yeah.
than one individual on the team that focuses on the different aspects where we could never employ that kind of staff at our
I
school.
mean, that's outstanding. I mean, I hope they can do it every year. That's
Yeah.
great. Hopefully. Thank you for clarifying all that.
No worries. Thank you.
Mr. Grimm?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm sure what you do is important, for sure. But 35% strikes me as a pretty high commission. And I guess my question is, who decides what the savings are? Who's in charge of that?
Any dollar questions, I'm going to defer to you, Dave.
I would have to actually go back to the RFP to see how that's calculated, I just don't remember.
Does your group, does the HISI have any role in determining what the savings are?
I can get back to you on that.
Because the reason I say that is, of course, there's a financial incentive those
Yeah.
to say that's more
The
savings.
savings is higher, so I
Or
get
they get
it.
a higher cut.
Yeah.
Yep.
But also, do you count the savings for the, say if you found something, you save money, you do it the next year or two, you do the same thing. Does that count for savings again?
Well, some of these things would need to be, it's an ongoing, it's not, oh, I made it one change and
One
you're gonna save $5 million a year forever going forward. It's every time you submit a bill to this vendor, they go in, advocate on your behalf, they know the channels to go through. So they can say, this price was this that you originally paid, I knocked it down to this. So, like with the pharmaceutical side of things, and not to conflate the two, I actually can get like a list of every line item, this, we saved this, and it aggregates up for the quarter.
And I just think there needs to be an independent verification of what the savings are
Okay.
for someone who's not connected to the compensation.
Well, we, at least on the pharma side, we know what they are because we've actually paid this out to the companies.
Prior to, right.
And then I've
So
gotten,
so you keep track then, in that case,
Well-
Dave? By you, I mean the budget?
our HR department pays the benefits, like they pay these bills every month out to the providers. And then a check comes back after.
We get a
they've gone-
rebate check.
They've gone in and advocated on our behalf to the various pharmaceutical companies, things like that. And then quarterly, I get a check back.
Yeah, as long as the savings are original, I guess is the way of putting it, then it makes sense if they're really good at it. Although 35% strikes me as pretty high. My agent would never, I'd never allow my agent to get 35% of what I'm doing. But thank you for the presentation, I appreciate it.
So welcome.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
You're welcome. I have Mr. Drake.
I have a
Mr.
follow-up
Ethier,
question.
Mr. Fine.
How is that payable? So let's say we owe them $5 million for their successes. Is that payable out of that refund check? Is it payable at a future date once our budget is adjusted? How does that work? In other words, benefit savings could be over time for us, but are they owed a lump sum? Is it, I'm just curious the
I'd
cash
have to-
flows.
I'd have to go look that up, I don't know.
I'm just curious, is there a deleterious effect on us from a cash flow standpoint where, okay, hey, the check came due, our bill came due, we gotta write these guys a check, or that's something they realize as we realize
And
cash
adjust it
flow
down.
savings as a county,
Well, again, I'd have to go look it up, but off the top of my head, I can't imagine it would be an issue because as of right now, we're paying those full amounts up front as it is.
Right.
So whether it's a check back after the fact or,
So you're thinking they probably get something out of the money we get back, as opposed to upfront, oh, hey, we saved you, now you gotta pay.
Well, like I said, the first time I have to go check that. 'Cause
Uh-huh.
I know on the one that we have going, I know how it works. I don't know all the details of this one, so.
Right. So on the one that we do have, you get a refund check and then it's a $1,000 refund check, you write them a check for $350, here you go, essentially.
No, they send me a spreadsheet of, here's every transaction that we interceded on your behalf that you have already paid for. Here's $1.1 million for the quarter.
Okay.
And then I go cash that.
And they've already taken,
They've already taken theirs out, and that's
Okay.
all in the detail.
so you don't have to cough it up, basically, it's
Well, I have
coming.
to pay it up front, just like I
Yeah.
did originally before they were a partner of ours.
Right, gotcha. All right, so it's not costing us extra money out of pocket to get them paid.
No,
That's really the answer I was looking for.
yeah, no, they take it out, at the same time we get our piece, they would get their piece.
Great, sounds good, thank you.
Gil?
Yeah, I don't know if this is the right question. Are they involved in saving money when it comes to our drugs as far as generic as opposed to the name brand? Is that a right question for that?
Yeah, it's part of the package with Anthem Express Scripts.
So, a name brand drug that we say, say someone of us get a name brand drug, do they try and encourage us to get generic drugs and make it a hard time to get the name brand to save money down the road?
Not at all. And
Is that
oftentimes,
happening to our members?
what happens is if your doctor wants you
That's right.
on a name brand drug, because this happens all the time, The doctor writes the script specifically. You know, obviously the pharmacy's gonna try to fill it as a generic. They actually advocate on behalf of us and say, the county's okay with us giving you that drug because that's what your doctor says you need.
Do you realize how hard they make it for that doctor to get that generic, the brand name for the customer?
Would it be them, or is it the insurance company, Anthem itself? Because they're advocating on behalf of us.
That's right.
Helping us get you that drug.
Well, whoever's advocating on it, they're making it very hard to get the brand name and discouraging the patient along with the doctor for all the paperwork they have to go through.
Yeah, I think that's the insurance company themselves, and Health Insurance Solutions is on our side saying, no, give it to them.
So this has no bearing on it?
No bearing on that,
That's
correct.
right.
Sam?
I just want to make sure that in pursuing savings, that we're not doing so by rejecting treatment or drugs from county employees that need it. So where exactly do the savings come from?
So then, on our side, it's the negotiation of the contract with Delta Dental, with Anthem. That's where our savings come from in relation to this.
So we're not going to be encouraging not covering something.
No, absolutely
that
not.
someone needs because it saves
Absolutely.
money. That won't, that this company won't be doing that. We'll be
Absolutely
saying-
not.
Right.
It's actually quite the opposite.
Exactly.
You know, once the insurance company rejects something, they're on the phone with us, talking to, whether it be the pharmacy, whether it be the doctor, whether it be the hospital, saying, no, Albany County's okay with that. We're, permission, you're good.
So this is a
And just-
benefit to the patient.
Absolutely, the patient
Yeah.
and the patient on that aspect, and then the county in negotiating the contracts,
Right.
cost-wise.
Just to add clarity to what Dave was saying, I mean, they live in this on a day-to-day basis. They are the subject matter experts, and they know how to navigate on behalf of us as their client. They know that coming into business with Albany County. This is very common in a lot of other companies and industries because we know that pharmaceuticals is very high. So to have a subject matter expert at hand that advocates for Albany County, in my mind, is a win-win, obviously, when there's a rebate, and they win and we win with no additional cost to Albany County.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Patty?
Thank you. Just a comment, as someone that's had to deal with, not under the county's health insurance, but under health insurance, I would love to have somebody advocating for me, because it's a nightmare.
Especially when, you know, Patty, when they're, you know, processes are telling them, oh, you gotta file an appeal with the state, and
Right,
this
right.
is what your next step is. People don't know where to go.
They do not, yeah.
My mother was in a serious illness for a long time, and dealing with the insurance companies was just horrendous, and there's nobody out there to turn
Yeah,
to.
That's right,
I'm
that's
glad
right.
that our employees are gonna have this.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Sam?
So if a county employee is prescribed a certain drug and the insurance company rejects them, they can reach out to this company?
They reach out to us.
They-
Usually they
reach
call HR, and we're kind of the liaison that works with them,
Yeah,
and,
we're the bridge.
yes.
Okay.
That's what nice, they just call and say, I got a problem with it. Take care of it.
And believe, they're calling us.
They're
They're-
calling.
there's
Calling
no,
because-
you
because I
know,
have county
No
health
doubt about
insurance,
it.
And I haven't called, but I never thought to call. I called Express Scripts or.
You can
Anthem
absolutely
when I
call
had
us.
issues.
Please call us.
They're here for you, Sam. Kennedy and all the other- If there are no further questions, Gil has been whispering a motion up here.
Yes. Any further questions?
I'll make a motion.
My motion to pass?
Okay. You have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, appreciate you. Thank you. Good seeing you.
Sam, motion to adjourn. Gil, is that it?
I wonder how.